E aí, pessoal, eu sou o Gustavo, redator do Recanto Dragão. Bom, eu tô aqui com o Fabrício, que ele é desenvolvedor do Mass Effect Andromeda, que é o novo jogo do Mass Effect. Bom, e a gente vai começar com a primeira pergunta. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Primeira pergunta, como foi transformar o Mass Effect Andromeda num jogo tanto para os novos players, né, para quem nunca teve contato com a trilogia, tanto pro pessoal que jogou os 3 jogos do Mass Effect, já que o jogo é baseado na história do que outras coisas. Diz um pouco mais pra gente.
So for the Mass Effect veteran, the people who have played the trilogy, I think the important point is that it's still the Mass Effect universe, and all the fundamental of the Mass Effect universe, first the races, but also the principle that Mass Effect has always been about the role of humanity and the place of humanity in the galaxy, that hasn't changed. It's also about character relationship, that hasn't changed. And there's a lot of common point and themes that they will see from the trilogy. Now for the new players, it's fairly easy because it's a new story, it's a new galaxy, you have new characters. So if you don't know anything about the Mass Effect universe, you will be brought in step by step into that universe.
Bom, você pode nos dizer como que cada jogo funciona em cada plataforma, questão de FPS, enfim, em PC, PlayStation 4 e Xbox, e qual particularmente você prefere para jogar e mais recomenda para jogar o Mass Effect Andromeda e ter uma melhor experiência?
So first, obviously, the game was developed on all platforms in parallel, and we're trying to be consistent across every single platform because that's the goal is to offer the exact same experience depending who you are. Now, in terms of my preference, well, obviously, it depends on what you have. PC is always difficult to talk about because you don't know what people have at home. But if you have a high-end PC or PS Pro and you have the screens to support it, obviously playing in 4K and HDR offer a different experience.
Quais foram os maiores desafios para produzir esse novo Mass Effect?
So Andromeda takes place in a new galaxy with new characters on a new engine, Frostbite. We have a fairly new team, so that's a lot of challenges, and it's bending all that together that was, I think, the biggest challenge.
Qual que é a maior diferença, né? A diferença do Mass Effect 3, o Omega, né, o anterior, e esse novo Mass Effect, o Andromeda?
So with Andromeda, we come after the trilogy, and what we try to do is really to blend the strength of every game in the trilogy into one single game. So to take the exploration and RPG mechanic of Mass Effect 1, the character relationship of Mass Effect 2, and the combat and gameplay of Mass Effect 3, and to balance that all together. So this is one important difference, is that this game is way more balanced than the 3 games individually in terms of those mechanics. Now I would say that there's a number of things that have been pushed. The combat is the obvious one with the addition of jump. It changed a lot how you handle the covers, it changed the layout combat. The combat is way more fast than it was, way more dynamic than it was before. But also, as I mentioned, narratively, brand new characters, it's a brand new story. So both on the mechanic aspect and the narration, there's a lot of differences.
Algumas pessoas tiveram acesso pelo EA Access no Xbox ou Orange Access, e começaram a reclamar um pouco sobre a animação facial. Começaram a reclamar um pouco sobre a animação facial dos personagens. Você poderia falar um pouco mais sobre por que as pessoas não estão gostando, enfim?
So first you have to remember that Andromeda is a massive game. So there is thousands of line of dialogues, and our games are narratively based and heavily narratively based. Usually in the industry, what you would see is those kind of games actually will give the player a default character. And there's a reason of that, is because with the default character you control every single animation that you do, including the facial animation. In our case, we don't do that. We offer 2, one male, one female. But in addition to that, you can customize them. And in addition to that, we have a branching narrative, which means that we have way more possibilities than any game out there. So, although we try to be consistent in the quality of the facial animation across the entire game, obviously there are some places where there's hit and misses. But overall, we're looking at the feedback that we get on the internet, and for the specific animation that pose problem, we'll try to address them if we can.
E como a Faith, a personagem do jogo Mirror's Edge, sairia no universo de Mass Effect?
So first, I think Faith is a total badass. So she will be great as a Pathfinder because she's very agile and she has multi skills. Then I would add that actually the way you can customize your character and choose the skills, you can probably actually build a Faith.
Então é isso, pessoal. Essa foi a nossa entrevista com o Fabrice, que é o produtor do novo Mass Effect, o Andromeda. Bom, o jogo vai sair dia 21 de abril. De abril, março. Obrigado. O jogo vai sair dia 21 de março de 2017. Provavelmente quando esse vídeo já sair, o jogo já vai estar nas lojas. E eu queria agradecer ao Fabrício. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Ok. E assina o canal, entra no site para ler um pouco mais sobre o novo Mass Effect Andromeda. Tchau!